More about me. Kenya. Secret society. 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 Okay. Yeah. What can we learn today?
Conversation with the screen right now. It's gonna be really embarrassing. Does robes come to mind? What about masks? Perhaps candle-holding men discussing devious schemes? Were you just
More
thinking of
exposure.
Eyes Wide Shut? Seems like it. What if I told you what you've heard of secret societies isn't just
Hey,
goofy movie tropes?
for
Would you
learning
believe me?
purposes
A
only.
secret society is basically
Not,
any group
I'm
or
not
organization
chasing,
participating in activities
researching,
while
or
sworn
exposing
to
nobody.
utmost secrecy.
Just
Can't tell
learning.
anybody this Illuminati. Beyonce.
See,
She
I knew they
child.
would
I love
name
watching
drop.
Beyonce Illuminati videos. That's the only ones I ever believe.
Look at the earrings. Saturn earrings. Search after a Saturn associated with their gold.
All the other ones, I'm like, nah. I bet that bitch did do something. You know what I mean? There are many examples of secret societies throughout history. Some that are still running to this very day. Today, we're going to talk about the strange, mysterious world of secret societies. More specifically, one that people believe is powerful enough to shape the state of the entire fucking world. I'm talking, of course,
I think
about
they exist,
Bohemian
but I don't know nothing about it.
Grove. Bohemian Grove, I think, is by far the most popular conspiracy theory secret
Again,
society.
I'm not gonna
thing of
do
all
no
time.
research.
People have been sneaking in there for I don't even know how long, looking at a giant goddamn owl statue.
This seems like a
They
research
just like walk
already.
around like, what is that? What is that? And they just see like a truck drive by. What the hell? Oh my god, guys! Oh my god!
Because they're speaking about
But it
it.
gets played up a lot for horror movies because I think that it's nice to think that, well, it's not nice. It's just it's easy to believe that wealthy people would get together and run the world as like a book club. That makes sense to me. You get together, you do unspeakable things, but you do it with your bros, and they're all politicians. They're all George Bush, Mitt Romney, all the politicians. You were like,
Yeah, right.
But Bohemian Grove is a secret society that the world is wildly fascinated by. It's been running for over 150 years and is still going to this day. It originated in San Francisco in 1872. According to Sam Singer, a member and club spokesman, quote, it's a group of gentlemen who are really, genuinely, no, I'm serious, interested in arts, theater, jazz, and of course, rock and roll. Nothing else. Cigars. Brandy. Don't look in the basement. And women were banned from entry.
Brandy.
This is a men's club, okay? No
Yeah,
women allowed.
I
Just
fuck with
the way
Brandy
it's
too.
supposed to be. It was a
She got
private,
good
men's-only
songs.
club. Women
We're talking about
furious.
different brandies.
What else is new, dude? They're all on the rag, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna sue them.
It's just rich people wanting to get away from their wives.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of guys just being like, get me the fuck out of here. Well, how do we know that John F. Kennedy wasn't in the Bohemian Grove and that's what helped him?
And then he didn't pay his due diligence.
He didn't show for brandy cigars and to talk jazz and rock, and that's when they're like, we gotta kill that son of a bitch.
The funniest conspiracy I read is that the CIA told Oswald to miss, but he accidentally shot him twice.
He's a great shot.
He did it
Every year,
anyway.
during the last 2 weeks of
That's
July,
messed
the
up.
members would join together for a relaxing retreat, similar to a summer camp. Grown men being like, does anyone want to pretend to be 9 years old at the lake again? They were able to practice and share their art as well as play recreational sports and engage in stimulating conversations with like-minded people. Is this Anthony Elliott's pipe dream? Could be. Their mascot is an owl, as it symbolizes wisdom. I always thought that was weird. Why owls are always wisdom? I will say, you know, it's a fucking great episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender is when they go to that tower, that library. There's an owl walking around there. Ooh, he's a big owl. Ooh, and he tries fucking him up. That one scared the shit out of me. That's just scary.
You see Secret of Nim, that owl f***ed me up.
I never liked Secret of Nim.
I hate you. We're not friends.
Okay. This relates to the origins of Bohemian Grove, which focused on a gathering of talented intellectuals. Horsey, because it always looks bougie, doesn't it? Get me in that club, dude. I got a cock. Barely. For a time, being a member was exclusive to people who were artistically talented and had a deep knowledge of the arts. And after some time, they slowly loosened their criteria for entry to allow people who were merely enjoyers of art. I feel like they definitely branded them, though, too. So you enjoy this art, but you don't know how to make it, you have to wear the fool's cap. I'm practicing watercolors. Definitely. It was possible that this was for the purposes of allowing more businessmen and other wealthy people to join and financially support the club's endeavors.
Owl is in his leafy temple. That's all within the grove. Be reverent before him.
So I'm just like, okay, well, dude, what are we gonna do? Bankroll this forever, guys? Eventually, this led to the wealthy and influential people overshadowing the artistically motivated originators. Bohemian Grove slowly morphed from an artist retreat to a 2-week-long party where male elites met other male elites. Ooh, yeah.
This is the patriarchy.
What happened to the art? Club bylaws state that at least 10% of the members admitted to Bohemian Grove must be accomplished artists. At least 10. Give us 10. Whether it be composers, actors, or painters. We'll even take composers. God, composers. Overly enthusiastic Grovers had referred to it as the greatest men's party on earth. Dude, there was definitely gay sex. This is definitely a place where it's just like, it's not gay if you're doing it at the Grove. It's autistic when I make my make on this man's back. It looks like mid-century, I don't know, contemporary. Looks like cum. The members list for Bohemian Grove is not public information and is only available through outside leaks. Notably, a 2008 WikiLeaks entry that revealed the names of thousands of members. Now, we have to take that with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's real, because it was a crazy time. Remember the crash? That's what the housing crash was. It's true. Also, kind of around the time the first Transformers movie came out. Now, there's like 12 of those. Is there an owl Transformer?
I think there is, actually, isn't there? Yeah, it looks like an owl.
Is there an owl transformer? I mean, there's supposed to be cars. It is known today as a secret society of powerful and influential people. Members throughout history consist of former presidents, CEOs, board members of top military contracts, as well as numerous famous celebrities such as Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky?
Witwicky. A.K.A. Shia LaBeouf.
Yo.
And Optimus Prime is also there. Some members have been a part of the Grove for several decades. After 40 years of membership, you receive Old Guard status. This allows various perks like reserved seating during performances. You have to wait 4 decades, 40 years, to just get kind of a decent spot. And then by the time you're doing that too, you're going to be so old. That's bullshit. I want my cock to work. I want to fuck all the other
Man, what?
owls.
Why those
Because in Eyes
conversations?
Wide Shut, they have like orgies, and I would assume that
What
they're,
those
like, prostitutes
conversations?
or whatever. I mean, they say it's something else. I would assume that they're just like, no, we can't even allow those people to know of our mischievous deeds. Let's talk about some of the members from the past and present here. Not that this is all speculative. Just want to say we don't actually have a list, but this is what we've been told. Clint Eastwood's in it. Walter Cronkite, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan. They're probably having sex with each other. Ronald Reagan brings that monkey showing up, putting bananas and berries in people's assholes or whatever. He likes to eat it out of your asshole. Mark Twain. George Bush, what'd I tell you?
He's an artist.
He's an artist. I love his paintings. I want to go to a George Bush art gallery so bad. The Rockefellers. Theodore Roosevelt. Why did the Rockefeller get you?
Rockefellers are the richest family in the world.
Well, they used to be.
Still are.
They're not. I'm almost positive, like, every 24-year-old tech giant outclasses them. Whatever, doesn't matter. They're all rich assholes. F 'em. Even just recently in 2023, it was discovered that the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas has attended
Kenyans
comments, a billionaire Republican donor that
jokes
showered him
are sometimes
trips under
different.
They're trying to take down the blue state left of the country. They're definitely not just rich guys who are having sex with each other and finishing on people's faces and being disgusted and like crying in the shower later. That'd be the weird thing about Bohemian Grove. It'd be ecstasy outside, but then you'd go back to your room and drive, be like, who am I? You know, like freaking out. Or you just wouldn't care. You're just like American Psycho, like just wiping your face. You only smile out there and then you just like go. It's discussing business during the 2-week-long retreat. The website insists that there is zero business conducted at all time. We don't talk shop at all. Just the brandy, the theater,
Officially.
jazz and rock and roll. This is widely believed to be completely false by the general public. Duh.
A Bohemian Grove?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of politicians, a lot of big wigs, making a lot of big decisions.
Oh, really? I will say the fucking owl stuff, could they have picked a more fucking evil, super villain-esque crest? Not only does it look like a pissed off owl, it looks like a pissed off mage. It's like, I imagine the owl has Snape's voice. They're not really Because of the staggering amount of powerful members of Bohemian Grove, it has been a well-known theory that the major country-shaping decisions are made during the 2-week long event. And it is believed, while those running the retreat forbid business-related conversations, group of people will often split off to privately discuss matters of importance. We have to have a conversation over there behind that tree. Dave, why is your pants down? Owls need not such articles of fabric. Peter Phillips, a Sonoma State sociology professor that attended the retreat in 1994, claims that, quote, they're very clearly talking politics and business constantly. No one ever asked me to talk politics or business, and I dropped hints that I wanted to. Are you talking about gay sex in your asshole? No. I'm talking about...
That's just
It has
shit.
been rumored, for example, that the Manhattan Project was conceptualized and planned out at the Bohemian Grove retreat during the 1940s. I believe that in a heartbeat. Oppenheimer was there. Well, the movie makes it seem like people were already trying to suck his cock the whole time. You're a genius, Oppenheimer. He's like, man, I couldn't possibly say if that's true or not. You're going to do big things. Drop the bomb, Oppenheimer. Well, I guess I probably could if I really wanted to. It was also reported that Ronald Reagan met Richard Nixon during the retreat in 1967 to discuss plans regarding the presidential race. Nixon was also caught in Oval Office tape describing the Grove retreat as the most goddamn thing you'd ever imagine. I would put large amounts of money on the fact that Ronald Reagan showed up with that monkey. I feel like a lot of people don't remember. He was an actor before he was a politician at all. Like in his youth, he had that monkey. It's like, well, come on. He's like, this is Dick Nixon. I'm buckling his pants. It's like, Reagan, what the hell? He's like, he wants a banana. Does your banana need to be peeled back, or is it already cut up? Good God, Reagan. Gaining access to this private men's club is by no means cheap. Okay, you gotta be wealthy, or you gotta be a good artist. But I feel like they're just like, you gotta be a wealthy, good artist, bud. You can kind of color in the lines. We'll say you're an artist. Not only do you need to be invited by several former members just to apply, but you are added to the wait list that is supposedly absurdly long. You'd be waiting 10 years before you were even considered for a role. Is this true? I don't know, but it sounds right, so we're gonna say it. When you are finally able to join, it will cost you around $25,000 initially, plus yearly dues of $5,000. That is substantially lower than what I expected. In 1899, the club gained so much notoriety that they were able to rent and later purchase a 2,700-acre plot of land in Monte Rio in California to run their annual retreat. From there, they continued purchasing the surrounding land to expand their campground. It featured various dining venues, theaters, and several smaller campsites that varied in theming and luxuriousness. There are over 100 camps, with many having servants assigned to them, and it was noted that many members brought their own chefs and servants along to accommodate them as well.
This looks like fucking Disneyland.
This does look like Disneyland. I guess that's the thing too, is whenever all these YouTubers sneak in, right? It's always abandoned, but that's just because it only happens for 2 weeks a year. 2 weeks is a long time, dude. If I want my back shot fixed, I feel like give me 3 days tops. In 1931, a smaller club building was built in both Sonoma and San Francisco, featuring dining rooms, libraries, art galleries, theaters, shops, and rooms for members to socialize in. During some seasons, members would put together and perform weekly plays, concerts, lectures, and more. My God, who would want that? It's so childish. It's like playing Dragon Ball Z in your backyard with your friend. During the Grove retreat, phones and other technology were not welcome inside. Members would need to leave to visit a nearby hotel if they wanted to connect to the internet, which helped keep the place unphotographed and shrouded in secrecy to the wider public. They have a Disneyland map of it, and they also have a full building in San Francisco and a literal URL that you can type in.
What's been the time right now?
I guess I'll sign up. The campground is littered with security and is very strict with their enforcement of the rules. Supposedly, a number of them are former military, CIA, and FBI agents. Members would indulge in golfing, canoeing, and other outdoor activities when they were getting absurdly drunk with fellow elites. Dude, boys. Why the f do I have to go to Bohemian Grove to do that? Can I not get day drunk on a Sunday playing golf with my buddies? 9 holes? In this secret place, you know, we're talking a lot about gay sex and other kinds of things, but what about some of the ceremonies they do? A major highlight of the retreat is a ritual ceremony that kicks off the Grove's festivities.
Nasty conversations.
It is common to witness various high-production value theatrical performances, often with men parading around in drag.
Typically, Miss Kenyans, you know what I mean?
I'm just going to leave that there, I guess. One member told a reporter that, quote, sometimes the homoerotic themes can get a bit weird. Well, buddy, you're at the wrong place. The purpose of the ceremony is for members to forget their many responsibilities and put the stressors of life aside. On the opening day of the
Reaching.
event, members listened to a series of welcoming speeches and paid their respects to older members and those who have passed away within the past year.
Reaching you
The
for a
Oscars.
reaction.
How do we know the Oscars didn't start as a Bohemian Grove thing? They're just like, you guys suck. Why don't you like my statue? It's cool. Hooded men in red robes enter the stage, revealing a large wooden coffin. The coffin contains a lifelike human body shaped from a wooden skeleton. This body symbolizes all the frustrations belonging to the members. Now get up here and fuck
What did
the
that say?
wooden skeleton. What if they actually had to have sex with an owl?
Look like Ratna. That's an owl.
And they f***ed it?
Oh, he cute.
Why?
Okay. You immediately jumping to that would be sick. I was like, wait, we can have sex with those things? They're like Furbies.
That
A
is
type of
sick.
funeral service is
That
performed for the
wouldn't
staff
be.
of a
That
body
it's
known as
sick.
soul care. By sacrificing it, the members of the Grove are getting rid of their problems to prepare for the next 2 weeks of leisure. This is becoming more and more clear that this is like people have researched the Grove before, and this is all those male camps now. You're getting rid of this, whatever. Let go, embrace your masculinity. It's that kind of shit. Members begin to follow behind the rope priest and pallbearers as they march across the campground to reach a 40-foot altar beside a serene lake. The altar, covered in green moss, resembles an owl, similar to their logo. I will say this, the altar is insane. It looks fucking awesome, and it's horrifying. It is the perfect catalyst as a spooky secret society thing for someone to like come in there and be like, what the fuck is this thing, man? Once there, members of the club perform a drama complete with musical numbers. Singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. Mitt Romney singing in the rain right now, dude? Why is he hard? The body is loaded onto a nearby ferry. The torches surrounding it are put out. And the music comes to a halt. Back at the altar, the lamp of fellowship is lit as a chorus of voices ring out.
I realize I really have to watch out the words that I'm saying, the people are saying.
Grief and sorrow. Are they telling us that, like, no, seriously, a ghost comes out and starts singing in the Rain with us as well? Or I imagine it's probably a costume person comes out that has it is some prestigious role.
Well, it would be crazy if you are getting flagged by saying certain words that you are committing. You are just having a conversation
Afterwards, the high priest gives a
discussing
long
about it.
speech about the importance of nature and its ability to ease the spirits, which is kind of funny because it's basically RV camping that they're doing. They're just out there having sex, and they're just like, you have to take care of Mother Earth, and they're just like burning shit around. The bier containing the body travels up the altar, where the torchbearers lift it above the head and place it in front of the owl. From there, a scary voice belonging to the care bellows out from under a dead illuminated tree. It insists that it cannot be defeated, to which the owl altar shouts back at it, claiming that the fire coming from the lamp of the fellowship can overcome it. Which also, fun fact, Walter Cronkite is the voice of the owl. A recording of his voice was recorded to be used for the performance every year. We got to put it up and just pretend that we know.
President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
What's the cause?
Oh! At this point, the body is lit ablaze as music and fireworks fill the air. The members in the crowd celebrate, sing, dance, and celebrate the burning of their sorrows. I'm not gonna lie. That's a theatrical production that I'd be like, that's all right. I'm just not gay. I just wouldn't want to participate in the gay sex. Maybe. If I'm in the owl's nest.
Couple drinks in you.
Oh, one. Half. If I got an RC Cola in me, I'd be like, your voice sounded beautiful on that tape. Thank you. You know, with secret societies, as they say, the bigger you are, the harder you must fall. And people want to see what is going on in this club so bad. The exclusivity drives people insane. So you have people who try to infiltrate the Grove. Like Tyler Oliveira, the YouTuber. He's going to be one that cracks the case.
Man, they're going to chase him.
YouTuber Tyler Oliveira recently filmed himself sneaking into Bohemian Grove in the middle of the night until he was chased out by security.
Hi, I'm sorry. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you for sparing me.
I thought you get chased out by owls.
It probably was. What was the most alarming about the video is that the majority of the Monte Rio citizens were oddly scared to speak about it.
Of
Many of them
course,
seemed to
like
believe that
why
since the Grove
you
consists of
getting
enormous and
bothered?
powerful
Why you are
people, they might be
bothering
targeted in
people's
some
food?
way for speaking bad about them.
You know, fornicate with one another.
Well, I know you do.
I bet all the locals have like everybody. I mean, people have probably like Bill Cosby and fucking Will Smith and Mike Myers. I bet you anything Mike Myers has shown up to a Bohemian Grove event in the Austin Powers outfit and it's just got silly, like a rag doll. That's what they call him, rag doll Mike. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah,
Or we can talk about when
baby.
Alex Jones tried infiltrating it, because back in the year of 2000, Alex Jones snuck cameras in Bohemian Grove in order to film the cremation of care ceremony alongside John Ronson, an author and journalist. Due to the cult-like nature of the ceremony, it was believed that there was demonic activity taking place that needed to be shown to the world. Alex Jones said so. Alex entered the campground and hid in the forest in the middle of the night to avoid security, confiscating his
A lot of
camera.
people
There,
like to
he filmed
believe
the
in
entire
Alex
ceremony.
Jones.
He rushed back to his hotel to share his findings with Ronson, who then realized that the sacrificial child was not real. Then Alex Jones was like, well, I mean, you don't know that. Regardless, Alex insisted that he just witnessed demonic activity, running off to create a documentary called Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. Ronson claimed that it was wildly dramatized and filled with lies. His buddies immediately just like, dude, come on. Despite its lack of accuracy, the documentary turned Alex Jones into a celebrity in the conspiracy world. Whatever happened to him? I feel like I haven't heard about him in a while. He's probably doing okay. Kambuga shaka munda, kunga, kingo, buga laka, bluga, blah, 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 blah. We're going to talk about Richard Maxlin, the Phantom Patriot.
I operate in the real-life superhero community as the Phantom Patriot. This is my headquarters in southern Nevada.
Richard Maxlin was 38 years old when he stormed Bohemian Grove armed with an assault rifle, resulting in his imprisonment. God damn, I'm gonna kill someone today. Richard grew up with the obsession with comic books, using them as an escape from his toxic life at home. He bounced from high school to the Marines,
I really
and finally
went
to
in with a
stuntman
gun.
school, struggling to find his purpose in life. Both of his parents had died soon after each other, and he inherited over $500,000.
Yeah, real life Captain America.
No, you're wrong. It's not like it's not a lot, but at the same time, it's like over $500,000. In his loneliness, he turned to television, where he became enamored by Alex Jones after watching Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. God damn it, Alex Jones. He bought into Alex's claims of satanic rituals and hidden torture chambers, and decided it was his purpose to infiltrate the event and rescue any innocent victims of child abuse. He used his former cosplaying skills to create a character named the Phantom Patriot, dressing in an anonymous black soldier outfit paired with a bulletproof vest and a skeleton mask that he probably used some of the money that he got from his dead parents to pay for. He spent a year arming himself with multiple guns, knives, a crossbow, a katana, and a handmade bomb launcher. He snuck into the Grove in the middle of January when the Bohemian Grove event wasn't even taking place. He just kind of showed up. After sneaking around tactfully, he realized there was nothing going on. After giving up on his grand plan, he snuck into a cabin and took a nap. I feel like I've led people to be like, something's gonna happen. The next morning, he decided to set fire to the mess hall in order to feel like he accomplished something. Sadly, the sprinkler system put the fires out. The fire alarms began to ring, and he was soon confronted by the authorities. He surrendered almost immediately after and was sent to prison for 6 years. That pivots perfectly into the reality of the situation, right? Part of the allure of the Bohemian Grove is the air of mystique that fills the conversations about it, right? Like a lot of things in life, people want to believe in something because it makes reality so much more fantastical, when usually that's not the case. And it helps that there is rarely
You want to believe it
footage
because
or,
it
photography of the
seems
retreat, which gives
real, but it's
potential
actually
members an
fiction.
exaggerated idea of what to expect, and this leads to an increase in the memberships of the Bohemian Grove. But the reality of the Bohemian Grove is that while there are likely some wild business deals and conversations between people of influence, it's just a part. People get together every once in a while. People do the same thing at Kanye's listening parties up in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Diddy's whiteout parties. Two respected members of society throwing parties. Just like that. According to people on Reddit who have
some
worked
people
seasonal
need
jobs
some
at the Grove,
solace
it's
in
an
their
incredibly
own
mundane
kind of
event,
way.
which once again we have to take these with a grain of salt. They talk about it the same way that like a high school student talks about like an amusement park job. Someone says, I know someone who works there, or at least did last I talked with him. He saw Conan
Why are
O'Brien
we
and Jeb Bush there,
bothering
and described
people
it as
with
a bunch of rich white dudes eating lobster.
Is that a
seek their
euphemism?
freedom?
It could be. Eating lobster, Conan's beat red cock.
They
Or
got
another
maybe
person
too
said, as a
much
former
freedom.
employee, that's
If
exactly
that's-
what this
that's
place is.
really
Rich
start
white
killing
dudes
and
eating
stuff.
lobster and fillets, drinking a lot,
I'm
and
saying,
peeing on trees.
leave 'em
It's really
alone.
not that exciting. Which immediately breaks your immersion, because then you're kind of hit with reality of like, oh yeah, It probably is just like a really gay camping retreat. In conclusion, secret societies are inherently fascinating, but often the reality of the situation is just far less exciting. I'm sure there's something out there, because here's another thing. Secret societies, if you know about it, not a fucking secret. There's probably secret societies out there that no one knows, and those are the real devious things. But I like to think at this day and age, people are so enamored and inspired by these stories that that's what ends up starting maybe like internet secret societies, or where people being like, hey, this NFT thing's gonna be fucking huge, pick up some board
secret
apes,
society.
or
It's
whatever,
not
that
a
kind of
secret
shit.
anymore.
Those are
It's
the new
people's
secret societies. That's the real weird boys club now. Do they all have gay sex with each other? I hope. I think everybody needs a little loving, dude. But I think Bohemian Grove is nothing more than a glorified fraternity for old rich boomers who want to relive their youth and talk to other rich people. That's probably what it is. But maybe one day we will dive deeper and find something more secret, more ancient, more horrendous that does end with gay sex and child sacrifice. Maybe. We'll never know. But until next time,
Hopefully
my friends,
not,
be on the
because I'm not
lookout.
gonna watch
Watch
it.
out for any strange owls that might appear outside your window. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yes, that's the end.
We're gonna beat these people. Now I try to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight. These people hate our children.